Okay, no more silliness. I'm completely calm and collected. So, what I was saying then is you can find a way to be compensated for engaging in your passion, or at least engaging in some aspect of your passion. But even if you can't make it that far, even if you don't see how you can be compensated for it, at least engage in it. Like what I mean. Say you really in your heart and soul you want to sing. You've always wanted to sing from when you were little. And maybe you were too shy. Maybe your parents weren't supportive. Maybe you were afraid everybody was going to laugh at you. Maybe they really did laugh at you when you tried, so you've never actually had any training. So the next step then is get some training. It's not that hard, or you can go on the internet. You can learn anything on the internet these days. And just go and watch some videos of voice lessons and just lock yourself in a room and just kind of start doing it. Go, scales, me, all that stuff. I can't sing. Actually, I can sing really low. It's strange. Like, I'm not going to do it. But I can sing like low. You wouldn't think that from my voice. But anything else, can't really do it. But I sing anyway because I like it and it makes me happy. Which, that's another thing. The reason why people hold back, the reason why you may not be fully embracing your passion, the reason why you may not fully be pursuing the thing you want is this same preoccupation that we've talked again and again and again about the opinions of others. And this may come as a shock to you that I feel this way, but what other people think does not matter. It does not matter if anybody else thinks your dream is dumb. It does not matter if anybody else thinks that your passion is unrealistic or stupid. It does not matter. It only matters what you want. Look at this. Tony Hawk gets paid millions of dollars a year to ride a skateboard. To ride a skateboard, this man gets millions of dollars a year, okay? If that's possible, anything is possible, okay? Now, you might be in a situation where because of having a job and having a family and maybe being married and maybe having a legitimately tight schedule and maybe some economic constraints, you can't just run off and start taking, a college course in painting. I hear that. But there's still a way for you to make progress, and there's still a way for you to make progress every single day. Maybe you got to start by going to the library and just checking out a book on art to just familiarize yourself, to just get some idea what it's about. Maybe you have to start looking around to see if there's any classes at the YMCA or community college. There might be free art classes. A lot of cities do things like that all the time and people just don't take advantage of it. Hey, those are your tax dollars at work, right? Or maybe it's just so much as you, like I said, you got to spend a couple of minutes watching videos on YouTube to just figure out what are different styles of art. What do you like? Are you an impressionist? Do you like realism? And then you can start figuring out what it is your thing, so you can start educating yourself about it and start enjoying more of it. Because here's the thing, even though it's going to take time for you to learn this, it's going to take time for you to cultivate the skill set, all the time that you put into it will make you feel so much more alive and make you feel so much better that you're actually going to have more to give to your friends and family and people around you. Does that make sense? See, my friends and family know when I'm training consistently in the martial arts and when I'm not. Because sometimes, because of my schedule, because of budgeting, because of whatever, I can train more sometimes than others, okay? And there is a real and distinct difference in me, okay? And I mean, it's not just, my body gets harder and tighter or, less hard and less tight. It's just the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I look, the way I think, how quickly I react to things is directly tied to my martial arts practice. So I can tell you, it's almost the barometer of just how alive I am is how much I'm training, okay? So if you find a way to engage in this thing that you love, it will bring all of the rest of your life to life. Does that make sense? Now, you have things that you were good at and you have things that you are not good at. We've talked about this on theexaminer.com, okay? And you can make a list of all of your positive traits and all of your opportunities or challenges. I don't call them negative traits because pretty much anything about you has a positive application. No matter how bad of a trait it might seem, there's a circumstance where actually it'll serve you pretty well. So what you want to do is to play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. Like for me, I'm great with ideas. I'm great with plans. I'm great with coming up with things. I'm great with coming up with concepts and talking and getting people excited. I am not so great about actually doing these things, right? Now, I've had to learn to cultivate the discipline to make myself do these things, but all things being equal, I work best when I'm partnered with somebody where I can be like, this is what we should do, and we work together and cultivate a plan, and then someone else takes the plan and does it. Because other people are doers, some people are more thinkers. I'm more of a thinker. I know this. But I have honed and trained myself enough that I can do as well, like I'm doing this video. So let's say if you're a very, very organized person, for instance, find a way to apply your natural organizational skill. If you can do it in your work, that's fine. If you can't do it, you can start doing something on the side. Like if you're a neat freak with very great spatial organization and spatial perception, maybe you can, I don't know, organize people's closets for them on the side. There's people that do that. There's people that get paid to organize other people's closets, and they like it, right? Or if you're really outgoing, you probably shouldn't be working some kind of cubicle desk job. Find a way to apply the things that are already inside of you. Does that make sense? Because you might think, oh, I don't know. Yes, you do know. You've just spent years ignoring it. You've spent years letting people tell you that it was silly, or rather assuming people will think that it's silly. And one, you don't know that they're going to think it's silly. Two, if they think it's silly, who cares? Remember, we already talked about this in the Choose episode. You know what people are going to look at, going to think when they see you. If they see that you're going out to, karaoke night and singing, or if they see that you're going to open mic night at the comedy club and telling some jokes, you know what they're going to think? They're going to think, wow, I wish I had the courage to go out and do that. I wish I had the courage to actually get off my bum and do the thing that I wish I could do. That's what they're going to think. Now, they might say something haterish to your face, but who cares? It doesn't matter if you are feeling happy and fulfilled and sustained and alive, right? If you feel stressed, if you feel frustrated, if you feel unhappy, it's because you're stagnant in your life. It's because you're not growing. It's because you're not creating anything. It's like I see this a lot in relationships where people cling too hard to the other person, and there's this codependency in it. And quite often they'll cling so hard to this other person, they're like, oh, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. And they do things that makes the other person leave. And then, this is what I don't get. It's like, I've seen people that it's all like, you're going to leave, you're going to leave, you're going to leave, you're going to leave. And their partner's like, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. And they're like, yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are. And they're like, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. And they're like, yes, you are, yes, you are. And finally they're like, fine, I'm leaving. And then this person's like, ha, I knew it. You didn't know anything. You drove them away. You drove them away through your behavior, through your actions. You drove them away. And here's why you did it. You were looking for sustainment and fulfillment in another person. You were looking for another human being to fill a hole in you. And they can't. No other person can fill that sense of what's missing that you feel. That missing piece is not in another person. It's not in an alcohol bottle, okay? It's not anywhere out there. It's only in here. It's only in here. Only you have the ability to fill in that gap, okay? And I can tell you how you do it. This is how you do it. Start pursuing the task that you were sent here on earth to perform. Start creating. Start doing. Start growing. Learn to know your creator better. If you don't believe in a God as such, then just start moving into alignment with the flow of life. Right? When you start performing your task, when you start performing your vision, when you start performing your mission, in fact, I'm about to shoot another episode about your vision and your mission. That's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to help you with this. But I'm going to cut this one off for now. We're going to go talk about vision and mission, so you can see that one next time. But I love you. Find me. Facebook, MySpace, Twitter. You're great, and I love you. Okay, bye-bye.